Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. With the mic in. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's the little looky on a Wednesday. Look headlines. NFL Week 4. We'll be taking a peekaboo at. I know probably people haven't even bet NFL Week 3 yet. That's all right, I guess. You do what you got to do. Early line doesn't mean it's a winner, right? I mean, we came in here last week. I told you I had the Colts plus 4.5. That was a loser. Chiefs -3 was a loser. Doesn't mean just because you get a good number doesn't mean you always win. We're going to have people who say, who cares about the number? Just pick the winner. I get it. Understand their thought process, but that's not what the Look at Line show is. It's me peering into my crystal ball and how I think games will play out. You got comments. Team Mondays have smash the like button first with the hammer of Thor, just like the Ravens are going to smash Cowboys Sunday at Jerry's World. Cowboys, after winning 16 in a row at home, have now dropped 2. It happens. Johnny Guns, to watch your videos on replay, but I've finally been able to tune in live. Look at live. Respect. Thank you, Johnny Guns. I appreciate you popping in. I try to do one, like the Wednesday one. I like to do, it's a short little rundown, Johnny. So thanks for popping in. Sundays always, though. Sundays 100% look at lines. That was the originator. Michael B's in the house. Locking in with the Kings in the house. Richie P. Smash the like button. Appreciate it. It's a big night so far in Milwaukee to have a 6-1 night from David. Excellent work there, David. I actually came in with a little lie for myself here. I did Philly run line. It was a bad number. It was like minus or plus 105. So now I'm just hoping for extra innings to get that run across there. But who do I have today? I got the Mariners. I took the Mariners tonight. Already losing 1-0. We'll see how that one plays out there. Got to lay it out to play it out, as they say. Weird day for Michael B. Twins first 5 was good, and then push Stroh's Phillies first 5s. Need Vladdy bases, and I took the Mariners live at plus 165. They're down 1, same reverse line when I saw last night. We'll see. You know, I'm not a lover of the Yankees. They could lose games. Mariners can pitch. Worth a shot. Richie P coming in. Look at this. Oh, Richie. Get my pen out for Richie for the old contest picks. If you're tuning in just now, you're like, what is this stuff going on here? This is a little contest. I'll put them in the chat if you're interested. Cider total. Let me get Richie P. He's got the Pats, Nebraska, USC, KC, and Bills over. I'm going to put these in the chat as well for newer folks. If you're popping in, maybe you're on the X watching for the first time. So a little Darren Waller signed jersey, pristine auction. I bought like a dozen of these, 15 of them or something like that. Cider total, 5 games posted. There you go. Real simple stuff. Cider total has to be in the live show though. So if you're on Twitter, it's got to be in the comment section, not under my name. If you're watching, if you click on the video on the timeline there, whatever, right? It pulls it up. You can go into the comments and write in there how it is. So there is that. All righty, let's get into. Hold on a second. We got it. Johnny Guns. So Ravens got up to 1.5 with all the money on them. Slowly coming back down to Dallas doesn't make sense. What do the books know that we don't? Listen, this is just. Are the Ravens going to drop 3 in a row to start the year? Is Dallas? Listen, I'm a Dallas under guy for the year anyway. I think they got problems. I think Baltimore's got problems too. You don't blow 10-point leads at home in the fourth quarter if you're a good team. I think the loss of the coordinator hurts. We saw that. Giants back-to-back wins. Great game by Birdsong on a road. Giants may go on a little run. Now that doesn't mean anything. Somehow they always finish on 500. Probably will go on a run. KD sweating a brew crew. I need Philly run line here. King D's coming in Colts and Eagles for top picks this week. Moneyline Colts and Philly. You like Philly. Philly went from a 3.5, 4. I think at one place had them at a 4. Now they're a 3-point underdog. Not good. Colts for sure. Who you got tomorrow's Jets-Pats game? We already did that one. This is for you have to like the dog in the under there, I think. I mean, what have we seen that we're going to see a lot of offense here? Not just these teams, just around the league. Short of the Saints scoring 45 a game. No one's scoring a lot. Definitely on the under. Let's get to the games. Thursday night, Cowboys 7 to the Giants, 43.5. Why don't I lay a touchdown with Dallas off of a Ravens game? Not really interested in that. No thank you there. Don't want to lay a 7. Under. I'm talking unders. Why wouldn't I do unders here? Dallas can score. How the Giants score? What are the Giants putting up in this game? Under first, Dallas second. Saints and the Falcons. It's a 1 and a 46. We're going to see the Falcons. Here we go. So we get back to back. We got a Falcons off a Monday night game. Now we get them Sunday night versus the Chiefs. And here they'll be playing the Saints, who will be coming off who the Falcons just took out, Philadelphia. I think you have to look at the over in this game. I think Kansas City has a decent defense. I think we're going to see a low-scoring game like we saw out of Philly on Monday night. I think this one here, I think there's going to be some value in the over at one point. I think maybe it'll tick down a little bit. And what are this? I don't know if the Saints are for real. I wish I would have took them as a home dog because now they're favored over Philly. And honestly, after the way that game went for Philadelphia with the play calling, I think Sirianni might be getting canned this year. This game here, you have to lean the Saints until somebody stops them. You're going to give the team a point that's averaging 45 a game? I don't know. Kubiak doing the job. Steelers. This is not a total of 401. That would be a monster under. It'd be the game of your life lock. Steelers and Steelers. That was really good. That worked out well for me there, Steelers and Steelers. Yeah, Steelers at the Colts. Here we go. Colts 1-point fave, total of – actually, it's a 41 here now. I see a couple 41s popping up. It was a 40. Now it's a 41. Interesting. Or maybe I just fatted up and didn't get my finger back in time to get off the 40 to the 41. I'm going to lean Colts here. Definitely probably going to take an under as well in this game here. It's only going to get lower. We're going to have a ugly game here between the Chargers and the Steelers. Justin Fields is going to come out and do crazy nonsense. What do we see? 18-0 in Atlanta. We saw, what was that, 13-6? What was it in Denver? I had Denver that game. Colts, Richardson. He shows flashes, but the guy's still a little unpredictable for me. Under the 41. Under the 41. Jags and Texans. I like the Jags on Monday night. They're catching, 6? They played the Bills tough the last couple times. Granted, last year we had the Jags in England or wherever the hell they were playing over there. So we're going to see a Monday night Jaguar team. Are we going to be high on them? Are we going to be low on them? Texans we just saw. Now they're coming in. They were a 4.5-point fave. Now they're a 2-point fave in Minnesota. Back home. I'm looking, is that Minnesota kind of like a sandwich spot for them? Off a big Sunday night game. On the road to Minnesota, who's off they're off a win themselves. Beating the Niners. I thought, and I've had the Jags. I had them last week at home over Cleveland. I don't know if I want to come back to them again. I got to see a little play out of Trevor Lawrence here with this offense. An over, I could do an over. I think the Texans are going to put up points on the Jaguars. I could definitely see an over here. Short week, 2 road games, and tough road games for that matter. Division favorite, and you're coming off the Monday night versus a team who's what? Right up there with Kansas City, a top 2 or 3 team thought of in the AFC. So the Jaguar season might plummet out of control. Vikings in the pack, 2.5 with Minnesota here. Now, you know, I kind of like this one. I saw a total here, and they were all over the place with this total because I saw a 44.5. I saw a Will Hill 39.5. I see 42.5s. Can you get down on both? Can you hit a middle over 39.5, 44.5? You got those books to use? This one here, I'd still kind of lean to an under. Vikings are going to bring a defense. The Packers have a defense. Question is love playing. I know people don't like Sam Darnold. I don't mind Darnold. I prefer a 3 or more. 2.5s right now. It is what it is. Bengals, a touchdown favorite over Carolina, a total of 43. Are we going to get Andy Dalton the rest of the year? I'm thinking we will. You pulled your franchise quarterback after 2 starts. So the coach obviously thinks, you know what? I got to win a couple games. But I don't understand that thinking. Keep Young in there. If he's that terrible, you go winless. You got a first pick and say, hey, this dude wasn't my quarterback. I ain't draft him. You wanted this cat. I didn't want this cat, right? I mean, what are we doing changing quarterbacks? Panthers are a franchise. Now, do I want to lay 7 with the Bengals? Again, they'll be coming off of Monday night. The Monday night doubleheader. They got Washington. There's the Redskin helmet. Is Cincy going to be another survivor pick for the world in this upcoming week? I don't want to lay a touchdown on the road. I don't care who it is. Teaser material for me, I guess. I know there'll be those who want to take the Bengals. Now we got a bunch of comments. Let's hit the comment section. Let's see what's going on here. Oh boy. Rich P says Cowboys in a rout. Is that over the Giants? I mean, they should. The Giants are bad. Dallas by 100. This is Dallas spot after a whooping they're going to get Sunday. They're going to lose by 30, he says. Richie P, you know what's going on. Cowboys in a rout over the Giants. Saints plus 1 against Atlanta. It's a divisional game, but it's Atlanta. See, I think Atlanta will get better as the season progresses. You know, Cousins will get in game shape. He'll get into form with his receivers. You know, it's a whole new thingy. Vladdy screwed me, and the Mariners let a leadoff double go to waste. Thank you for the baseball updates. Now we want to see if you have the Mariners. Lane Gretzky's in house. Are those games chat? New contests. Yes, those are the games, Lane. Yes. They go up on Tuesday. I know it's Wednesday night, but Tuesday we post them in the show. I don't know how you guys bet football games 2 weeks at a time with all the injuries in the NFL. Short of what happened with Tua, and I got a minus 112 instead of a plus 5.5 or whatever, I'm not worried about the injuries. I'm not worried about it. Wide receiver, that stuff doesn't bother me. Next man up, folks. Next man up. I mean, I had the Colts plus 4.5 because I thought it was Jordan Love. Quarterback goes out. If the quarterback's out, if I'm betting Green Bay Colts on Monday, I'm not taking that game. I'm not taking the Colts as a favorite. I'm just laying off it. In fact, I'd probably be like, let me just take the under in that game or something. You know, I wouldn't even been on the Colts at that number. That's the only changing part of it. Like the Miami game. What am I doing? I got to. Now, I do have a good total on the Miami game. You know, I got 48.5. I mean, that's a nice under to be on. You know, it's come down a bit. Over Colts Steelers. Really? You like the over in that one? With your Colts at home? 41? Richie likes the under with me. Jags outright. Jags outright over the Texans, says Richie P. Timothy's in the house. Gas Station Sushi says Anthony Richardson stinks out loud. Not a fan. I'm with you on the under at Indy game. I think, yeah, I like it. Johnny Guns. I see Jacksonville 5.5 to the moon 4.5 or vice versa. You got a 5.5 on this Jags game? I do see a 5.5 now, DraftKings. DraftKings has a 5.5 now. They must be watching the show, listening to us, Johnny, right? I mean, like we're saying, Trevor Lawrence hasn't done nothing. What are we doing here? It's a bad spot for him. This is the Texans' flat spot here. They're on the road off of a Sunday night win in Minnesota. Jacksonville off of Monday night. Team, Buffalo's got revenge for last year's loss. Brewers hurt me there. I had Philly run line. Thank you for that one. So that's a 5.5 now. Michael to King D. Brewers are about to walk it off. They did. I'm watching for Anthony Richardson injury report. Cannot wait to see some more Flacco. Was that a fluke last year? Yeah, win for King D on the Brew Crew. WT Money, hit the like button and all. You didn't hit it, Money on Markel? Something says Panthers cover. I just don't know what the thought process is here by bringing in Andy Dalton, the quarterback. Let the other kid be terrible. Maybe after you're like 0-14, 0-15, you take him out and try to win a game or two so you're not totally embarrassed. Get the first pick of the draft to go get a quarterback if that's the case. Guess they usually has to give it up on the Jags. I'm just about to. I take a flag football game against the Panthers. Right? A girls' team on top of it, Team Money says. Jamar Chase 2 TD game versus the Panthers, he says. Michael just reversed it. It should be 30-14. As a lifelong Raiders fan, I suggested you not lay points with the Raiders this week versus the Panthers. Yeah, this is a game they win 3. So this is another one. Like I have the Raiders at 4.5. Excuse me, Raiders -4 and Raiders under 43.5. Now I got a quarterback change. The line goes up. Well, it's only 5.5. It went to 7 after their terrible performance. Comes back down after they bench them. I'm hoping for a split because they got a good total. But really, this is the Raiders' spot where big win, come home laying egg, or win by 3, and I don't cover the better number. Panthers outright. I just spit my drink everywhere, he says. Team Money. Agree with Michael B. about injuries. The injury report 1.5 miles long. It's only been week 2. I know it has. Lane Gretzky coming in the contest. Lane. Pats. Illy. USC. KC. Bills. Over. Kennedy says, we play fast Lucas Oil. Give me the Colts 24-21. Brew Crew winner for King Day. I pray that I'm wrong. It's a different Raider team, but I have been in this abusive relationship since I was 8 years old. Emotional scars to last a lifetime. I can see him winning by 3. Mike likes Chase this week to have a good game against Washington on Monday night. George Lobos and has so bad for the Panthers not completely Bryce's fault. What are you talking about? He's terrible. No. He's that bad. And he doesn't help the cause. Like, he should be out there playing in again. I mean, you're right. It's not his fault. The coach doesn't play him in August like they should this year and last year. He's all right long term. He's done. They took him out. He's not playing again. Are we going to put him back in this year? This is what I said, George, about – and King D's here because I said this about Anthony Richardson when they start him. Because I was like, no, start Minshew. And if you start bad, then you bring in Richardson halfway through the season so it's not all on him. You can't start a rookie and then pull him out after 2 games. And this is a year, and it's year 2. So he has 2 games this year. What are they going to put him back in? How's he getting confidence? He's not playing. He's not getting any reps. He's out. He's done. He's done. It's traded. Traded on the bench. Let's get back to it. We're on the Bengals. We did the Bengals. Let's get to the Broncos and the Jets. A 7.5 here with Denver. Total of 38. 38. I see a 38, but at DK, 37 halves everywhere else. I'll lay it with the Jets. I don't care laying the Jets here, 7.5, 8 points. What have you seen out of Bo Nix in 2 weeks? And I had Bo Nix in week 1, catching a 5.5. They lose by 6. Thank you, Bo. You're unbelievably bad. You're going to Tampa this week. You're probably going to lose there. Back-to-back road games. You're coming to get the Jets. Jets have a little bit of a defense. They haven't played all that great. I will gladly take the Jets at home. And you know me, opening 7.5s, I'm going to be on favorites. Rams and the Bears. Bears fans rejoice because I said, you know what? 5, 6, 7 wins. No way to hit 9.5. But now you got Love hurt. Here come the Rams banged up. I said this game here, probably a loss, depending on the health of the Rams. Well, it is week 2. They have no wide receivers. Do I trust the Bears as a favorite here? Now, we had the Titans. We saw how that one played out in week 1. We didn't get a cover. We should have. What are the Bears doing this week in Indy? They got what? Have they scored an offensive touchdown yet this year? What have they done offensively? I know the Rams got problems. I can't lay through with the Bears. I mean, this is to me, this is Rams money line or nothing. Like, I don't want anything to do with this team. Eagles in Tampa Bay. Here we go, Philly. Here we go. 3-point favorite, Saints. Now you're a 3-point dog. Another revenge game for Tampa Bay, circling teams that they played in the playoffs. Now, the Eagles got this one circled after Tampa Bay knocked them off last year. Is this a payback game for Philly? I don't know, man. Philly's they got to get their. I talked about before. These guys better get their act together. Sirianni's gonna be out. You bring in 2 new coordinators. That ain't the problem, Cat. It's you. You're the problem. I want to lean Tampa. This total seems a little high to me, though. 47.5. I see a 48 at FanDuel. 48.5. I see a 47 at DK. 48.5. I'll go into 48.5. I will. 4 o'clock action. We're starting with the Commies in Arizona. 4.5-point doggy. 49.5 as a total here. But how do you just don't want to take Arizona? Playing really well. Again, here's a rookie. Back-to-back roadies off a Monday night game. This is where I say, this is how I get the Chiefs at -3 versus Cincinnati and Baltimore -7 versus Raiders. Both lines go up 2+ points, and the Blues on them both. That's fine. This is another spot here. You take Arizona -4.5 because what's going to happen? Do you think, since he's going to lay another egg to a bad team at home off a tough loss, or are they going to come out and take care of business? Washington looks terrible. Rookie quarterback on the road throws 3 interceptions or some nonsense. This line will be 6. You're going to wake up Tuesday morning, and this line will be 6. 6.5. Arizona can score. Washington gave up. I mean, I had the under in their first game. Tampa scored like 40, whatever. I think they scored up going over 42.5. Take Arizona today. Do yourselves a favor. That's the old thank me in the morning play, as they say. Patriots, 9.5, 41 Niners. Niners are laying what? 9 right now to the Rams. And they're going to come home and lay another double-digit number. Not interested. Prefer maybe a San Fran team total or something. I'm not laying a 9.5 here. Patriots are going to have extra prep time, right? They're playing Thursday. They're playing tomorrow. And what happens tomorrow? Say they dog fight the Jets, and it's a rock fight, 17-16. Where do you think this line's going? If you like the dog, take it. I don't think the Jets blow them out, so I think this line will only come down. Browns and the Raiders. Is Cleveland getting back on track? Mike will tell you how bad the Raiders are. I mean, I kind of lean Browns here. Chiefs-Chargers could be the game that decides the AFC West in Week 4. Just kidding. I like the Chargers and the points here. No Pacheco. I know they just signed Kareem Hunt. I get it. But you're coming off a Sunday night game. How's that going to be? They're going to look awesome? Is it going to be a close game? I don't know. Chargers going to want to run the ball. Chiefs got a defense. How about an under? You want to do an under here, 43.5? We could do an under 43.5. I've already bet it. I'm just double checking my number. 43.5. Already locked in Chargers under. Sunday night, Bills, Ravens. Bills, a 1.5 point underdog. Total of 45.5. I'm going to be looking towards Buffalo here. Granted, they're coming off a Monday night game. Possibly a win. We'll remember what we see. This line will maybe come down. But as if Mr. T Money says, the Ravens go and beat up Dallas 45-32. They're going to go up. They'll go to 2. Will it hang the same? Let's get to the comments. Then we got a doubleheader on Monday night to wrap things up. Michael B says, Bryce Young is terrible. He looks like he's 12 years old. Not sure anyone thought he could play in the league. I see your point. It is what it is with him. Yes, it is. Mahomes sat on the bench for his first 15 games. What did he say? Did he sit that long? Bo Nix might be out of the league too. Yeah, Bo Nix. That's another guy. I said, give me – in the preseason, I was looking about Denver because of Zach Wilson and Jason Stidham, guys, or Jared Stidham, guys who've had NFL wins and experience. You gave it to Bo Nix. Did you know none of the rookie quarterbacks are throwing for a TD yet? Taking bets on the first rookie QB to throw a TD. Penix. Wow, terrible. Defense shows up for the Bears, he thinks, against the Rams. I'm a Jets fan to say that our defense terrorizes Knicks. Definitely laid up points. I agree. Bears in a spot. Rams off a big win versus – look at this guy. Rams off a big win. Should I get the pen out for that one? If the Bears offense does at least something, I think they cover a squeak by. Yeah, I mean, that's a 3-point. To me, it's – I don't want to bet the Bears. Tampa beats Philly. I think I agree with you. Can't bet the Eagles with a lame duck coach. Agreed, gas station sushi. Michael, we said, I might go over tomorrow night. Jets, Patriots, primetime unders have been hitting. The seems an obvious under. I might go over here. Well, it's so low it could go over by accident. That's the thing. Johnny Guns, not sure if it was you or Troy that said on PSR, teams with long breaks haven't performed next time out other than the Packers. Fading the Patriots makes sense. It's only been a week, right? We had week 1, and we had the Ravens and Chiefs off extra rest. Not good performances. Baltimore was up 10 in the fourth quarter and blew it. Kansas City, it is what it is against Cincy. Cincy plays them tough. I was happy with a 3. I thought I'd have a good number. Worst case, I'd get a push there. But I think you have to look. We got to wait a little longer on that thing. Malik Willis returns to Tennessee. It's going to be an interesting game. 2 terrible quarterbacks. Mahomes was behind Alex Smith. Alex Smith won games. Rams beating the Niners. That happens. The pigs will fly.
Oink, oink. Hey, everybody, look. It's the flying pig. Oink, oink. Hello, everybody.
Always a classic. Thank you. Who's that? I think Nick Earl got me that, or Tim Hall hit that one for me. Oh, the kids in the hall. Classic. George, maybe I'm stupid, but I like the Jags to cover or win outright versus the Bills. They're 0-2, right? I mean, they got Texans next. This. I don't want to say it's their season. 0-3 on the road could be 0-4. They're in trouble. You just gave Lawrence whatever, $40 million a year. Johnny Guns, Malik Willis literally said in an interview he doesn't care about Tennessee. He's just thankful, and I believe him. That's the right thing to say. Hey, Tennessee game is, he's had a shot, didn't work out. It's the right mindset to be in. You go in there like, I got to prove something. Like, Johnny Guns is right. Hey, just thankful. Playing NFL football, you got your health, you have money. Good for you. I like that. That's the kind of thing I might want to take Green Bay this weekend or next weekend. The flying pig. Doesn't love the flying pig. Doubleheader Monday Night Football. Titans, Miami. I think you just got to play Miami here based on skill position players. I mean, Will Levis has thrown 2 terrible interceptions that cost us covers in weeks 1 and 2. He hasn't failed yet in week 3. It's a Miami at home. I know it's a backup quarterback. I still got a good running back. I still got good receivers. And I got a quarterback in Skylar Thompson who's in the system for 3 years. And he'll have a game under his belt on top of a little extra prep time because they played on a Thursday. Miami, not just because we like Miami Vice. Seattle and the Lions. This is a auto play on over Lions for me because I've done it the last couple weeks. They've yet to hit. They get to the red zone, they can't score. I'm not a lover of the Seattle defense. I think Seattle can score a little bit with their offense. Give me the over. And that is your week 4 rundown. And what are we, half hour in the show? Michael B says, Titans, baby. Miami's going to be coming off a big win over Seattle. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. If you think that, you grab Miami now. Why don't you take a 120 on the money line if if it's going to go up? Wind, it goes to 3. Tennessee, what's the bet again? Looks terrible. Take Miami money line. Can't trust Will Levy. Exactly. Mr. Mayo. And I love Mayo. Miami Titans game is going to be ugly, 24-13. That's not ugly. That's an offensive explosion in today's football team scoring 24 points. Teams with big wins at week 3. Chat's wild, I know. Big wins. Well, listen, when you're talking about the Rams taking out the Niners as a 9-point dog and Miami winning on the road with a backup quarterback as a 5-point dog, big upsets. I like it. I'm pulling for the Jags loss. It's Colts and Texans division to lose. I'm telling you, the Jags go down here. They got problems. Listen, Texans could very well be off a loss or a tough win. And either way, it's a tough spot at home. Now you got a team, a reeling Jags team coming in 0-3. Scott Thompson is capable. I agree. How can you not be capable when you got Sheen runs the ball well, or Ashton, however you say the dude's name? He can run the ball. I mean, you just have to throw it up to Tyreek Hill. Just throw it in general area. The guy that catches it. I mean, you have skilled players to help you. Jags have issues. Remember when people thought that Trevor Lawrence was going to be good? Yeah. He's over. I mean, here's the thing. Do I have to get into the whole quarterback rundown, what I've done? Go back to the preseason with these quarterbacks. And the guy's getting paid ridiculous amounts of money. Can't trust Will Levi, but you have faith in Skylar Thompson. Why? Yes, I'll have faith in a guy who's been in the system for 3 years and actually put some points on the board. He's put points on. Didn't he go to Buffalo and almost win a playoff game up there? I mean, come on. Will Levi's got more touchdowns to the other team than he has to his team. Come on, Mike. I got your boy, Mr. Numbers. Please, for the love of guy, thinks he's going goose with a minus 218. What? I didn't even look on Twitter. Is that my Twitter notifications? Is that what's going on in my Twitter feed? Here we go. This is from 9:39. Here we got Mr. Number Special. He tags me, you, the Earls. Pound it, Anthony. New York Mets over 2.5. Texas Rangers -1. St. Louis -1. 4 picks, parlay 800. 25. Wager 25. Pay 225. Well, who's over 2.5? Marlins team total 2.5. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad one there. I mean, 25 to 1, $200 on 8 to 1 parlay. That's not too bad. I think the Jags are the kitchen sink at Bills on Monday night. They have to. They're up against it. Because you're 0-2, you're 0-3, you're going on the road versus the Texans. You're 0-4. I don't say the season's over. But for all intents and purposes, you just paid a guy How much they pay him? $40 million a year? And you're 0-3 out of the gate? How good do we think 2 is? How hard is it going to be? How hard is it to be good throwing to those weapons? Listen, I wasn't a huge Tua fan. Tua Tagliaturnova is what I called him. And after he got hurt, Mike, come on. We do the little fantasy. I was like, I don't want Tyreek Hill. I got a quarterback getting knocked out anytime he gets hit. I don't know if he's good. It's been okay. It's been great. T.Y. says you got to be on drugs to take the Titans. Will Levis get the penalty on Dolphins money line when we need a point. Yeah, I agree. I can't take that. It's 1.5. If no matter what happens, if Miami loses, it's not going to affect the line because it's a backup. It'll be is what it is. That's why this line is what it is right now. But Tennessee lays another egg and he screws up again. This line's going up. George Lobo, should Jacksonville win? Absolutely not, but I see sneaky it happening. I won't be shocked if Jacksonville wins because they're still, I said this about Jacksonville last week. I said this is a team that last year was like the cool, trendy playoff team. Now that's the Texans. Nothing's changed. They just don't like it because of the way they finished last year. So if we're going to say the Jags are done, we got to say the Eagles are done. Are we saying that as well? Jags could win. Again, Buffalo maybe a little extra incentive for the revenge game last year, but they got some injuries. They got some linebacker injuries there. I won't be shocked with a Jags win. Yes, Kyle Thompson almost be down in a playoff game. Didn't he? I thought he did. I don't have it right in front of me. But, I'll pull up a little covers action here. I'll try to find the game. We'll go down here to Buffalo. $34-31. I had Buffalo that game. I'm not gonna lie. I laid whatever it was. I had Buffalo. I'm like Skylar Thompson. I'm like Miami in the snow. Get the heck out of here. 34-31. I like the Fins this week because they're off a bad loss. Step-up game for the missed quarterback. Exactly. Next man up. I get it. Hawks may be a little fat happy off back-to-back wins. And this is why I took Miami before the guy got hurt because I'm like, all right, I'm going to have extra rest. If we beat Buffalo, the line's going to move. If we lose, it might move a little bit, but we got Seattle in a bad spot. They were home versus Denver, then in New England, who plays defense. So, it's going to be a tough game either way, win or lose. And then they're back home. So that's a tough travel. I got extra rest. Worth a shot on Miami. Let's see. If Thompson can throw it 5 years to Hill, it will be – what are we saying there? Quarter late, but I'm here. Stop Gio's in-house. Good to see you. Stop Gio. Jacksonville is 1 QB away from being halfway good. Not a Trevor Lawrence guy, huh? You may not be having the best year. You'll bounce back. Yeah, slow start to NFL. For it's worth, the product on the field has been absolutely garbage. This game is headed in the wrong direction, it pains to say. It's the quarterback plays bad. But, I've had some losers. What am I going to do? I have a good number. It doesn't cash. That's frustrating. I have a game that I should cover. It doesn't cover. It is what it is. Some of the guys in the biz are not having good seasons. Guys I respect having tough first 2 weeks. Let's see how this week goes. I don't get too wrapped up in it. It's like I said, it's more frustrating. Like having a good number and losing with a good number. Like everyone loses. Like I should be splitting those. Like Ravens at 7, Chiefs at 3. I should go 1-1, not 0-2. The Colts are plus 4.5, 5. That shouldn't be a loser. That shouldn't be a loser when they go off as a 3-point fave with a backup quarterback. For temperatures, this should be 3-0. At worst, 2-1, not 0-3. But it's the way it goes. We'll bounce back. We start Aaron Rodgers over Anthony Richardson in fantasy football. Clearly, I'm biased. Yeah, not starting Anthony Richardson. But yeah, how many complete passes did he have last week? He had 9 in week 1. Buffalo won 31-10. No, in the playoffs, Buffalo won 34-31. 34-31, by the way. King D for this week for the quarterback situation. George says, this sounds crazy, but there's a chance Skyler is serviceable. Dolphins defense is pretty decent. The Dolphins can seize a chance to get the AFC East. It's not crazy to me. I mean, I still like them getting 5.5. I mean, I like them at pick them because it was Tua, but you're going to give me points with this guy, I'll take it. Again, Seattle's home, away, home. That's a lot of back and forth for 2 weeks already. And then you're off an overtime game to boot. And Miami's going to be, listen, they're off a crap game. They play terrible. They out-yarded, they had turnovers, ugly game. This is a game they go and win. Michael B. He likes Richardson this week. All right. Rodgers, I would not play him until the Jets figure out their stuff. Colts can lose and he can run for 80 yards and have a TD. All right. Listen to Michael B. He knows what he's talking about. I think Buffalo aggresses over time, too many injuries defense. That's the problem. They got some injuries right now, which is why I think the Jags +6 is worth a look. There you go. There's your take Richardson to start. Mariners are making Nestor look like Randy Johnson. Terrible. That's great. Now I'll have to hear from Mr. Numbers how the Yanks are great. Give me Anthony Richardson, says my name, Raquel, over Aaron Rodgers in fantasy. T-Mike says, I agree with my name, Raquel. It's a no-brainer. He's going to be running for his life. Richardson anytime TD is a +130. Worth it. I think that's definitely worth it. He could punch one in himself. Now, there are not many matchups that would play Richardson over Rodgers. Richardson provides so much upside because of his rushing ability. All right, it's turning into a fantasy chat. We're out of here. Midday money tomorrow. I'll see everybody then. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button on the way out. Bye-bye.